Hello to all the gentlemen out there, the men who have already walked through more than half of this lifetime. Today, I want you to sit down for just a moment. Pour yourself a warm cup of tea. Turn down the noise around you and truly listen to what I am about to say, because the story I am sharing today is deeply important. It relates directly to the future of every single one of you. We often believe the biggest mistake in life is losing money, or being afraid that our body is growing weaker by the day, or fearing the silence of an empty house when we are all alone. But let me tell you the honest truth right now. There is a mistake far more dangerous than any of those. It is a quiet mistake, and it is incredibly bitter. It is letting the wrong person walk into your life, letting them slowly steal away the most precious thing you own, the very thing you have spent an entire lifetime building. That precious thing is your peace of mind. I know this might sound a little heavy at first. Some of you may feel uncomfortable right away, but please, stay here with me just a little longer. What I am about to share could truly save you. It could save you from years of exhaustion and regret. Have you ever stopped to ask yourself this question? Why would a young woman suddenly choose you? A man who is 20 or even 30 years older than she is? Today, I am going to reveal that brutal truth. We will peel back the layers of this psychological mechanism together, and we will explore why a new, younger girlfriend can quietly destroy your health from the inside. If you find this topic helpful in any way, please tap the like button and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps spread this truth. It reaches other brothers out there who need to wake up. Now, let us move into the very first point. My dear gentlemen, psychology has one very dangerous blind spot. Older men fall into this blind spot very easily. It is the confusion between attention and respect. After retirement, or after a divorce, you start to feel lost. You feel as though no one notices you anymore. Your children have grown up and started families of their own. Old friends have passed away, gotten sick, or drifted apart. Then suddenly, a young and lively woman appears. She compliments your wisdom and praises how handsome you are. She says, "You are nothing like the men her own age." That attention feels like a powerful energy drink. It makes you believe you still have a strong magnetic charm. It makes your heart beat fast and alive once again. But please, gentlemen, stay clear-headed for a moment. Attention is something very easy to hand out to anyone. She can call you every single day. She can send you the sweetest messages in the world. But true respect is something completely different. Respect means she values your time deeply. Respect means honoring the boundaries you have set. Respect means protecting the peaceful life you already have. I want to tell you about a man named Robert. Robert lives in the state of Florida, and he is 68 years old. He divorced after 27 years of marriage, and his heart had been broken very badly. Robert once believed he needed a young girlfriend. He needed her to feel like he was still in the game. He wanted to prove to the world that he was not old at all. But then Robert discovered something fascinating about himself. He loved waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning by himself. He loved sipping his coffee in absolute quiet. He loved reading books and working on projects he cared about. He loved tending to the small garden in his backyard. Then a younger woman walked into his life. She was only 35 years old, and she was very beautiful. But she began changing every single one of his habits. She wanted to go out late at night and have him stay up. She wanted him to visit nightclubs and loud, crowded bars. She did not understand why he needed quiet time. She thought he was aging far too quickly. What Robert received at first was attention, but what he lost was control over his own time. He lost the rhythm of life that he truly loved. The warning signs are very simple, gentlemen. Is she warm and eager when she needs your help, but then irritated when you want a moment alone? Is she pushing you to change the very person you are? If the answer is yes, that is not love. That is a very subtle form of disguised control. Have you ever found yourself having to explain yourself, just to enjoy one quiet afternoon by yourself? Please leave a comment below and tell me about that feeling. I really want to hear your true stories. Now we will move into the second point. Your energy at this age is pure gold. I want you to imagine it like a battery. When you were 20 or 30, that battery was massive. You could stay up all night, fighting and making up. You had the energy to soothe a moody, dramatic girlfriend. The next morning, You still went to work like nothing happened. But after 60, the capacity of that battery has shrunk significantly. Now, you need that battery to maintain your health, to pursue meaningful hobbies in the final chapters of life, to play with your grandchildren and meet up with old friends. Constantly having to manage another person's emotions is exhausting. We call this emotional labor, gentlemen. It is extremely costly and draining for older men. A younger woman often comes with a lot of drama, instability, and constant needs for validation. She needs you to text her every single hour. She needs you to compliment her every day without ever stopping. You will start noticing yourself carefully picking your words. You worry that anything you say might upset her. You walk softly, as if you are walking on eggshells. You become a reluctant emotional repairman. You fix problems you did not even create. You apologize for things you never actually did. Listen to the story of Jack, who is 80 years old. Jack lives in Texas, and he once said something very profound. He said this, and I will quote him directly: "Happiness lives right here inside your own chest. Other people cannot bring you happiness, my friend." Jack chose solitude because he wanted his freedom. He did not want to be cared for in an excessive way, what Jack called being mothered. That is the English term, gentleman. It is the suffocation of an unbalanced relationship. The pattern is always the same. Do you see it now? At first, the conversations feel fresh and exciting. You feel like you are coming alive once again. But slowly, it turns into a heavy emotional responsibility. You constantly reassure her that she is still okay, that you still love her, even when you are exhausted, that you did not mean anything by what you just said. What is the price you pay for this companionship? It is mental and spiritual burnout. It is night after night of tossing and turning in bed. Do you ever feel worn out from constantly pleasing someone? Please share honestly in the comments below. I read every single comment from you, gentlemen. Now let us move into the third point. This is the most practical issue we have to face. Money at 65 years old means something very different. It is completely different from money at 30 years old. When you were young, losing money was something you could recover from. You had time, and you had plenty of physical strength. You could start over from zero if you had to. But at this age, money is your safety net. It pays for medication, insurance, and your home. It guarantees you will not have to depend on your children. It guarantees you will not have to beg anyone for help. A relationship with a younger person often comes with financial expectations. It does not start with large numbers right away. It starts with a fancy dinner in Manhattan, a small gift for her birthday, a weekend getaway to Las Vegas to spice things up, a designer handbag so she can show it off to her friends. You do these things because you are a good man. You want her to be happy and feel appreciated. You want to prove you are still generous and refined. But slowly, that kindness becomes a default expectation. She stops thanking you, gentlemen. She begins demanding more each and every month, and you are afraid to lose her, so you keep paying. Many men accept this because they fear loneliness. They hope she will care for them when they get sick. They think this is an investment for old age, but this is a very risky caregiving contract. The price you pay is the stability of your retirement fund. It is the Social Security money you saved up over a lifetime. Remember the advice of financial experts everywhere. Retirement income is usually fixed and limited. A financial mistake at this stage can be permanent. You no longer have 20 years to rebuild your wealth. Let me list the red flags for you, gentlemen. Does she respect everything you have worked hard for? Or does she constantly demand expensive experiences? Does she ask about your bank account? Does she show interest in your will and your insurance policies? A woman who truly loves you will protect your wallet because she wants you to be safe and at peace. She will encourage you to save, not to spend. If you find yourself worrying about money while in love, something is definitely wrong. Please trust your instincts, gentlemen. Now comes the very important scientific portion. This is the part that will truly startle you. Research shows that stress in older age is far more toxic. When you were young, your body processed cortisol quickly. Cortisol is the stress hormone in our bloodstream. But after 60, your body takes much longer for your nervous system to find its balance again. A small argument with a girlfriend can do what exactly? It causes your blood pressure to spike instantly. It causes insomnia, headaches, and complete exhaustion. It can last for days, even an entire week afterward. You have spent your whole life exercising and eating well. You take morning walks every single day. You eat your greens at every meal. You have stayed away from alcohol and tobacco for years. But a toxic relationship will undo all of that progress. It places a terrible burden on your nervous system. Dr. Susan Charles from the University of California has proven this. The hearts of older people take longer to stabilize after stress. If you are constantly walking on eggshells around her, your body remains in a state of red alert all the time. This leads to dangerous cardiovascular disease. It leads to diabetes, stroke, and early memory loss. What is the pattern you need to watch out for? Have you felt weaker since you started dating her, even though you eat and exercise the same as before? Are you becoming more forgetful than usual? Has your sleep gotten worse than it used to be? Protecting your peace is not just a lifestyle choice. It is a survival decision to protect your very life. There is no woman worth trading your health for, especially during this precious chapter of life. And now, gentlemen, this is the most important part. This is the shocking truth that few people dare to say out loud. Do you believe you are searching for love to feel young again? To fill the empty space in a quiet home? To feel like you still matter in this world? But here is the truth I want to say directly. For many men over the age of 65, having a new young girlfriend is actually a form of self-harm. I know that sentence sounds harsh and almost cruel. But why am I saying this? Do you know why? Science has a theory called Socioemotional selectivity. In English, it is shortened to ST, and it was developed by Dr. Laura Carstensen. This theory reveals something incredibly important. When the time remaining grows shorter, humans need stillness more than ever. Happiness does not come from the thrill of novelty. It comes from optimizing what you already have. It is the autonomy you have in every daily decision. It is the freedom to do whatever you choose. It is the absolute peace within your own soul. You are using up the final golden years of your life, serving the needs and emotions of another person, a person who may not actually love you at all. You are trading your personal sovereignty for a small illusion. The illusion that you are still young, still needed. The illusion that you are still attractive enough to charm a woman. But your greatest appeal does not lie in your wallet. It does not lie in having a younger girlfriend either. It lies in the wisdom you have collected over a lifetime. It lies in the beauty of a calm and steady soul. It lies in your ability to stand strong on your own. When she unintentionally destroys that stillness within you, she is taking away the very identity of who you are. She is turning you into a distorted version of yourself. A version that is not the real you at all. You are not lonely simply because you live alone. You are only lonely when you are next to the wrong person. This is a very important distinction to understand. A quiet home is not a place of loneliness. It is a sanctuary where you can live as your true self. It is a place where you are the master of your time. It is a place where you do not have to ask anyone for permission. That is the greatest victory of a mature man. So what do we take away from today's story? Let me summarize the 4 most important lessons. Lesson number 1. Do not confuse attention with respect. Find someone who treasures your values and your boundaries. The one who truly loves you will protect your time. Lesson number 2. Your energy is limited. Do not waste it on unnecessary drama. Do not drain your battery on meaningless arguments. Lesson number 3. Your money is your independence. Protect it so you remain the master of your own life. Do not let anyone turn you into a walking ATM machine. Lesson number 4. Listen to your own body. If a relationship leaves you tired and sick, have the courage to walk away without any regret. My final piece of advice for you, gentlemen. Become extremely picky. That is the word in English. Do not enter a relationship out of desperation. Do not enter a relationship out of boredom. Before going any further with anyone at all, ask yourself just this one single question. Does this woman bring me peace, or does she bring me pressure? If the answer is not peace, then be brave enough to choose yourself, gentlemen. There is no shame in living alone and being happy. There is no shame in walking away from a relationship. If these words are touching your heart right now, tap the like button so I know you are with me. I want to ask you one question before we wrap up. Do you really believe a young girlfriend makes your life better? Or does she only bring more trouble and exhaustion? Please share your thoughts in the comment section. I read and treasure every single one of your messages. Do not forget to hit subscribe to join our community, a place where men choose to live awake and strong during the most beautiful years of their lives. And if you have a friend who is feeling lonely, please share this video with that brother of yours. Maybe, just maybe, these words will save a life. Goodbye to my dear gentlemen for now. May your hearts always be filled with peace. And I will see you again in the very next video.